Hey everyone, and welcome to my first video on YouTube. This is a complete time-lapse of me working on my painting, Stained Glass Medley, over the course of a few days. This is an acrylic painting on a 10-inch by 30-inch canvas, so it's pretty big, so it won't always be fully in the frame. Anyway, let's get started. Working on the red now, mixing colors directly on the canvas for a subtle gradient. For this lower section of the painting, I was loosely inspired by the Fibonacci sequence and kaleidoscopes. I like the spiral motion of both patterns and I want to use it. I'll be incorporating fractals into this section later on as well. The colors here are very vibrant, a bit different from my normal work, but I'm enjoying it just the same. I really like the rich blues in this piece, and I mixed a little purple into the center of the blue for an added gradient. After a little touch-up, we move on to line work. I went with rather thick black lines reminiscent of the solder holding the glass together. I think it breaks up the large color blocks to make it easier on the eyes. Next up, we have this nice blue-teal background, and then I'm going to paint green and blue curls onto it. These swirls are inspired by fiddlehead ferns, which I've used as inspiration far too many times in school. Now we're moving on to the large metal curl. I'm going to be using a metallic paint, so the first coat is yellow mixed with the parchment white to make it a bit more opaque. While that dries, we're going to move back to outlining the green curls in a thinner black line. The next coat for the metal curl is a metallic bronze, and you'll be able to see how the base coat makes a difference. Moving on to the next section, I'm using a very deep but vibrant blood red alternating with a lighter purple. Next, there's a blue background, and then on to outlining the bronze girl. Gotta switch it up while things dry, you know? I'm now adding a steel gray to surround the red and purple panels, and then it's back to another base coat for a different bronze streak. Wasn't sure what color was going to make this streak, so I did it later than I would have liked. Now I'm going to break up the sea blue into smaller, more manageable chunks for if this piece is actually glass. I tried to stick with mostly quadrilateral shapes and tried to do it originating in a spiral from the curls. I definitely think this helped the piece become easier on the eyes and more interesting to look at. Going back to the panels, I start by outlining the different colors and shapes. Then I switch back to put that metallic coat on the bronze divider, and now I'm back to the panels doing a diamond hatch on top of the red and purple to give it a more traditional church window vibe. As you can see, I did not use a ruler because I'm silly. Then I outline the bronze divider. We're in the final stretch. I wanted some straight lines to contrast the other curves in the piece, so I cut the original spiral pieces lengthwise and altered the different dimensions. I personally think this part looks really good. I did the red first and then the green, and then I finally made a decision to do it to the blue as well. And with that, here's the final piece. I hope you enjoyed this process and my commentary. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them below. Signing off for now, this was Minerva's Art.